సో ప్రొసీడింగ్ విత్ ది IELTS academic writing అండి, మీకు గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాల్సింది ఏంది, you'll have 1 hour, right? So you have to utilize that very carefully. ఎప్పుడైనా don't give more time for task 1. Task 1 is very simple. You'll either get a bar graph or a line graph or a pie chart or a flow chart or a process diagram. Very rarely just a diagram. Sometimes a mix of both. A mix of both you have 2 types again. You'll get 2 pie charts telling to compare 1996-2000. That is making a comparison. Sometimes you will get a line graph and a table. ఇప్పుడు డిఫరెంట్ డయాగ్రామ్స్ వచ్చినప్పుడు కంపారిజన్ ఏం అవసరం లేదండి. ఐ థింక్ ఐ హావ్ షోన్ యూ వన్ రిలేటెడ్ టు న్యూయార్క్, సిడ్నీ. what was one line graph about? Temperatures probably. The table was related to exactly, and probably I didn't, it was there in the book, right?
1996
no, I'm talking about the New York one. New York, Sydney and London something. We got years of if I remember it correctly, it was about temperatures recorded in 3 prominent cities and hours of sunlight. You remember that? So అలాంటప్పుడు అండి చాలామంది ఏం చేస్తారంటే దానికి దీన్ని కంపేర్ చేస్తారు. నో, ఇఫ్ యూ గెట్ డిఫరెంట్ వన్స్, దానికే రాయాలి, దీనికే రాయాలి. సో the table was very small. I mean, what can you write? New York received the highest hours of sunshine of so and so hours annually. Annually కి మనం ఏం రాయొచ్చు? Yearly. See, I'm saying this because you will get many things which are related to year, yearly, annually, 2 synonyms, right? And one more important point in your IELTS academic writing task 1 is don't write each and everything. Don't write each and every number. See, in the question itself, it states that highlight, right, by reporting the main features. Atade main features antundu. So why to write all the features? Yeah, you have to reach a word count of 150. That's a compulsory, right? So you have to be very alert while you write. Whenever you get a process diagram, right, what words, simple phrases the process diagram illustrates or the process diagram depicts, you can use these words, right? The different stages or phases involved in recycling plastic, whatever. I mean, it depends on the type of diagram you get, right? Now task 1 లాజికల్గా మనకి ఈజీ అండి, ఎందుకంటే వాల్యూస్ ప్రెజెంట్ అయి ఉంటాయి. యూ జస్ట్ హ్యావ్ టు రైట్ దట్, రైట్? ఇఫ్ యూ అండర్స్టాండ్ ఫ్యూ స్టేట్ సెంటెన్స్ ఫార్మేషన్స్, it will be beneficial. That's it. Task 1 is not a rocket science. It's relatively easier. But coming to task 2, it is a bit challenging, right? Because you will have 3 types of questions which are commonly appearing in your IELTS writing task 2. One is discuss both USC and give your opinion. Other, do you agree or disagree, or to what extent do you agree? Third one, do the advantages outweigh the disadvantages. ఇవి వచ్చే ఛాన్స్ ఎక్కువ ఉంటుంది IELTS రైటింగ్లో. కొంచెం తక్కువ వచ్చే ఛాన్స్ అంటే ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ అండ్ సొల్యూషన్స్. దానికి ఏమని క్లియర్గా చెప్తాడు, వాట్ ఆర్ ద ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ కాజ్ డ్యూ టు దిస్, సజెస్ట్ పాసిబుల్ సొల్యూషన్స్. అదర్ వన్, కాజెస్ అండ్ సొల్యూషన్స్, వై ఇస్ దిస్, సజెస్ట్ పాసిబుల్ సొల్యూషన్స్. ఇంకొకటి కాజ్ అండ్ ఎఫెక్ట్ అండి, వై ఇస్ దిస్, is this a positive or a negative development, or is it a good thing or a bad thing? If you get questions like these, don't panic. The essay itself is telling you what to write. Why is this ante karanal rayali, is this a positive or a negative, it's up to you. Whatever, yeah, you can have water, not a problem. So proceeding with the other essay types, not topics, types. Discuss the advantages and disadvantages, or write, or what are the advantages and disadvantages. Almost similar essays, right? So we'll have a look at a sample essay, right, like that. Okay, just give me a moment. I'll just okay, when we have a look at one such question, okay, and what is the structure of the essay? Simple. You write an introduction. Everyone, there is a fixed format. There is no essay with a different format. Introduction and giving your opinion in the beginning, because the examiner has to understand మీరు ఏం రాయబోతుండ్రో ఎగ్జామినర్కి తెలియాలి. ఒక మిస్టరీ లెక్క పెట్టి మనం మిస్టరీ ఎప్పుడు పెట్టదు, ఒపీనియన్, థీసిస్, the one which you write after paraphrasing the question, it should be revealed that you are going to write this. If you keep it as a mystery, the examiner will get angry. He wants to know what are you writing, and the things which you are claiming, are they matching with what you have mentioned in the introduction after, in the thesis statement? It should match. If you are saying that the advantages totally outweigh the disadvantages, and you have to show complete dominance of advantages only. If you say disadvantages totally outweigh, show the dominance of disadvantages. If you just mention a balanced answer, it's okay. When you don't have any choice, you can go with a balanced answer, but that's not recommended. That's in the worst cases. Okay. Now, when we have a look at this, okay, see, November 2023, it appeared. In the recent years, there has been a rise in the use of performance enhancing drugs in sports. మీరు వింటారు కదా, క్రికెట్లల్లో వాడు డ్రగ్స్ తీసుకున్నాడు, అదే. సో ద స్టేట్మెంట్ ఈస్ యాజ్ క్లియర్ యాజ్ మినరల్ వాటర్, రైట్? వాట్ ఆర్ ద కాన్సిక్వెన్సెస్ ఆఫ్ కన్జ్యూమింగ్ దిస్? సింపుల్ కాన్సిక్వెన్సెస్. ఎస్, వాట్ మెజర్స్ షుడ్ బి టేకెన్? సో దీనికి ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ అండ్ సొల్యూషన్స్ ఏదో ఒకటి. కాన్సిక్వెన్సెస్ అంటే కెన్ అ కాన్సిక్వెన్స్ బి గుడ్ ఫర్ టేకింగ్ డ్రగ్స్? నో. సో from an angle, if you remember, if you understand it from a professional angle or a good student's angle, you will understand. That is why it's said problems and solutions are never directly presented. What are these problems? Suggest solutions. No, he has mentioned what are the consequences of these, consuming these. Ultimately problems only, right? Are you going to write good for health? Of course no. What measures can be taken to combat this issue? Now, the first thing, you can write an introduction, right? How? Okay, since the past few years, there has been a surge. Surge is nothing but an increase, right? Okay, if you want to use a similar, a simpler word, okay, right? 6 bands techukunudu easy andi writing la, right? Those who are struggling in English, I advise them to stick to simple words, right? No need to write any complicated sentences, but mention your opinion in the beginning itself, right? The effects, right, the consequences of these can be life threatening, like cardiovascular. A cardiovascular ki main idea leka present chesi expand cheyali first body paragraph la, right? So what can be another effect? You can also mention related to mental stability. Adu kuda lose aitundi, increased aggression and all these things, right? Yeah, infertility, very good, it's true, right? And you can also mention cardiac arrests, heart attacks, right? Now, what measures? Okay, so whenever you start a body paragraph, mention a topic sentence. To begin, there are numerous issues or problems or complications caused due to this, and mention those problems. Infertility, that's a very strong point. Mention JC, the example should be always related to the second point which you mentioned, right? A survey conducted, you can use it, not a problem, or many researchers have shown that, okay, rate of infertility is high among so and so age group, which was related to taking drugs and all these things. Okay, now what measures should be taken to combat? So combat, okay, so in order to tackle or in order to deal with this pressing problem means concerning problem, right? See, writing solutions is always easy, right? But try writing a logical solution rather than just a story or a fantasy or a fallacy type solution. Try mentioning some logical solution. What can be a solution? A basic layman, a beginner would write, okay, that is how I'm saying it to you. In order to tackle this issue, right, or in order to mitigate the dangers, mitigate is nothing but what? Reduce the dangers caused due to this, right? There should be a permanent ban, right? Or a ban would be an appropriate course of action which can ensure people rely on different alternatives, right, like organic and all these things. You can mention that, right? And what can be another one? Basic, no confusion, conducting health awareness campaigns, right, which make people aware about the detrimental రాయచ్చు, డ్యామేజింగ్ రాయచ్చు, deleterious రాయచ్చు, hazardous impacts అని కూడా రాయచ్చు. What I mean to say is that don't try to impress the examiner by many words. Keep it as simple as that when you are learning writing, right? Okay, slowly you can raise your level of learning. I'm not saying don't raise it, but first is that are you meeting the examiner's expectation? First point writing la manam chuskunedi endante what is the examiner asking and what am I writing? This is the first thing. Grammatical errors avanni secondary. I'm not saying grammatical errors commit cheyali. No, you should not commit grammatical spellings kuda correct udali, but danikante ekkuva importance should be given to task response. Logically your essay writing carries 65% of your writing score. 65% of your writing score depends on your essay writing. So if you deviate from the question, if you write why people are using drugs, then your answer is gone. Because see, if I remember, the question is stating what are the consequences of consuming. But consequences synonym teliyakunte, some people write causes. They use drugs because they feel good. This is a very unrelated answer, right? Consequences angane, that is why I always say to every student from Warangal, Hyderabad, Telangana, Karimnagar, ante mana state lokeli evaraithe online offline attend, understand the question first. Don't stick to just okay, had a look and started writing. No, jot down some points on a piece of paper, then start writing. Okay, let it be simple sentences. Academic students ki kavalsindi endandi first 6 to 6.5 writing la teyali, minimum 6 teyali. There are so many students who get basic foundation though, they don't require any high level of foundation to get a 6 band in writing. But appropriate task response is important, people. What is the examiner asking, what am I writing? If you deviate from that, you will never get more than 5.5, trust me, right? Never ever, because oka body paragraph is completely out of the question. Question is something, you have written something else. So remember, reading the question is very, 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 very important, right? Only then you will be able to get a good band score. Looking at another question, right? Environmental damage is problem in most countries. What is the cause of this damage? What is the cause?
Industries, pollution.
Yeah, I mean,
Because of
you can also say, constructing houses in the countryside, right? And
waste management
yeah, improper waste management.
in cities.
Yes, okay, that's good. See, even if you generate an idea, you will be able to write something.
No proper
Yeah.
drainage system.
Yes, very good. And what should be done about this problem? Okay.
Okay, like awareness schemes.
Yeah, you can also say that, or you can also say about this. Okay, let me think. Environmental damage is problem. Persuading people to primarily rely on electric vehicles and industries as well, right? Which emit no carbon monoxide. See, monoxide is a threat, a menace to the environment. You can say that. Persuading is nothing but encouraging, right? So you can add a linker and use another way of solution. Mention 2 solutions, right? Not just one, right? Okay, if you don't know anything, write public awareness campaigns. That's still okay, because see, there are certain students who papam vallaki em teliyadu radani. So when they are very weak, when their foundation is weak, we tell them to use at least write something than not writing anything else, right? Okay, another question, right? If you remember this, in many countries the number of animals and plants is declining. Why do you think this is happening? Ante karanale rayal, reasons. Yeah, okay.
Poaching.
Okay, one is poaching, okay, and clearing the use for human use. Yeah, I mean clearing the agricultural land, and okay, forest land for agriculture, that is also true. Again, how can this issue be solved? Okay, these are all causes and solutions, right?
Taking strict actions against poachers.
Yes.
And land increase.
Yes, so these are certain types of questions. If you get, you will be considered to be lucky, right? Because these are not very intricate topics, they are quite simple, right? So this is how it is. Okay, now proceeding with few other questions. Okay, the best way to reduce poverty in developing countries is by giving up to 6 years of free education, right? To what extent do you agree or disagree? Okay, you can say, okay, I partially agree with this because there are also some other methods including this. So first body paragraph should be in favor of education. Second body paragraph, you can also say upliftment of the society through different ways. Upliftment of the impoverished. Impoverished means poor people, through different ways, like providing free housing, right? When the government provides free housing and subsidize yes, goods, very good. That really works, right? So examiner will look at that. Oh, okay, this student is saying, although this is there, I mean, I partially agree. Can I write this? Most of the times avoid it, but if you don't have any other way, then at least you can go with that. Okay, so this is how it is. Okay, so yeah, video kanaka nachite, you can do subscribe to my channel, and for more upcoming videos, okay, stay tuned. Okay, goodbye, God bless you.